Hey guys, welcome back to etlqalabs. I am Hetu, and today we will look at the questions or the interview related SQL queries which can be solved using group by and having clause. Okay, so if you have not watched my videos related to group by and having clause, I would strongly suggest go and watch them. You will definitely find a lot of concepts there, right? If you are even if you are familiar about the group by and having clause, you must go and watch once because I have tried to cover some more in detail concepts and interview questions there, right? Uh, uh, People who are not familiar about group by and having clause, please, I would say you should not watch this video. I think you should go and watch my previous videos related to having clause and group by clause, and then only you should try to attempt this video. Otherwise, it will not make any sense to you. All right. So let's start then. So we have how many questions? Six questions today, six queries which we will try to attempt. Okay. So don't worry. I think I will try to solve all these questions in very easiest manner. Okay, so that you can also understand with just understanding having and group by clause. Okay. So what is the first question? First question is find all the department numbers whose salary is more than 50,000, which means we have to find the department number and their salary. I mean basically the aggregated salary, right? Total salary uh, first, and then after that we have to filter uh, the salaries which are more than 50,000. Simple, right? So first we have to use the group by condition to sum the salary for each of the department number based grouping based on the department number, and then after that we will use the having clause to filter out only salaries which are more than only those sum of salary which are more than 50,000. Okay, so let's try this. Okay, so I have already have a table. We will use this employees table. Right, so we have 19 records and we have this, right? So we will use this department number column to aggregate the salary based on department number. So DEPT number, and then I will say sum of what? Sum of salary. So this is the aggregate function, guys. So I hope that you know about aggregate function. If not, guys, you have to go and watch one more video that is related to aggregate only, then we will be able to understand this question. Okay. So select department number. We are actually finding out department number and then sum of salary for each of the department. So how we do from where? From employee table, and then we have to use the group by. Basically this is where you are telling that how do we want to sum this salary based on what? So based on group by based on department number, right? So let's try to see whether it is giving you answer. Yes guys, you see department number and the total salary in that particular department number, right? Now the question is we need all uh, you know all those department numbers whose total salary is more than 50,000, right? So for that we cannot use having clause as we discussed in the previous video because we have to actually use filter on this particular column. And what is this column? This aggregated column, right? This is the sum or this is the aggregate function, right? And so to filter on this particular aggregate function, we have to use having clause. Okay, we have to say having sum of salary again because we are going to just filter it. Okay, greater than 50,000. All right. So guys, let's try to run this now. And this is the sequence, right? So you see that these are the three departments number whose salary is total salary is means individually total salary means for each of the department is more than 50,000. So this is how you can answer this question. Okay. Hope you are able to understand. Yeah. Because when we want to up to here we are very clear, and here what we have done is we have just used the having clause. Okay. So having clause is nothing but it is going to put the filter here, right? So because sum of the salary, this particular column, right? First we got this and then we are actually filtering on this particular table. So since this is not a normal column, what is this? This is a aggregate column, aggregate function, right? And that's why we cannot use where clause. We have to use having clause. We have discussed in the previous video already, right? Let's go to second question now. The second question is find the duplicate records in the table. Okay. So how do you find the duplicate records? Guys, so the very concept is to find the duplicate means what does it mean when I say duplicate? Duplicate means each and every column is having the same. Let's say I will try to do one thing. I try to order by department number. All right. Now I'll say you which one is duplicate, which is not duplicate. Okay. So if you look at this, maybe I can try to do employee number, guys. I think that will be easy. Employee number. Okay. So if you see employee number, this number, employee number 14, 12, 14, and 15, and 25 even, right? These are exactly the same record throughout, same record, right? Throughout this, you see that every column is having the same value, right? So this we can consider as a duplicate, right? So employee number 12 is duplicate, 14 is also duplicate because every value in every column's value is same, and then 25 is also, and 15 is also, right? So these are the four duplicate uh, record, right? And so this is how you can find it out, okay? I mean, this is what the concept of duplicate, okay? And means entire record should be duplicate, not only one column for employee number or something. Entire record should be duplicate. Then only we'll consider that it is duplicate. Okay. How do we find out which all of them are duplicate, guys? So this is very important questions from ETL perspective or ETL QA perspective. In ETL testing, you have to verify this, the duplicate record in a table, right? So what we will try to do is, let me try to frame this, okay? The query. I think I have to frame the query. One second, guys. Hold on. All right, guys. So yes, so I have framed the query. I think it was, I just paused the video because it was a little longer query, right? So what we want to do is we want to find out the duplicate record, right? I mean duplicate records basically. So what I have done is I have selected all the rows, all the columns from this particular table, and then I have also taken one aggregate function count of star, and then after that I am grouping based on all these columns, not only one column, based on all these columns which I have selected. And this is how we have to do anyways, right? And whatever you are selecting in select, taking considering in select or the group by, all the columns should be taken in group by also. So whatever is coming in select, all those columns should, it is mandatory to take in the group by, otherwise it will not work. Okay. So let's try to run this and we will see that how it works. Okay. So yes, guys, you see that all the columns I have taken, and we are actually still working on this query. We want to find out the duplicate, right? So you see whichever are duplicate, I mean we have grouped it based on all this column. So whichever are duplicate, they are coming as 2, right? Count is coming as 2, right? So okay, guys. So yes, so we got it. Here you see 2, 2, 2. So whichever are coming 2, those are the duplicates, right? So we just want to filter out all of them. How do we do it? Now, since this is the aggregate column, right? Aggregated column are the, so what we have to do, we have to use the having clause here again, right? We have to use having. What is that? Count of star should be greater than 1, which means more than 1 is all of them are duplicate only. Let's try to run it. Yes, guys, so we have seen, right? So these are the only employees which are duplicate in that, right? We have seen it already previously. So this is how you can find it. And other thing is, guys, if you don't want to display this count star, just remove it from the select clause right here. This will work perfectly. Okay. So this is how you can find out. And same thing, we in the previous query also we wanted what we wanted only find all the department number, right? We did not want to find the total salary, right? And there also we can use the same thing. Okay, how we can use it? Let me go to, yes, here, right? So what we tried to show it. Um, all the department whose salary is more than 50,000, and we have displayed here salary also. If we don't want to display the salary, sum of the salary, we only want the, the department number, we can also remove it from here, right? It is not mandatory. Aggregate columns display is not mandatory, okay? See, this is how you can do. So this is the correct answer basically for the first number, and second number we just see, right? And now what is the question? We only want to find out duplicate rows, only non-duplicate rows, which means which are not duplicate, right? So which are not duplicate, guys? Which are coming only once, right? There is no second. So how do we find out? As we have seen here, all right. I'm just using the count also here, right? So that I mean, just for the understanding purpose, okay? So here you see 1, 1, 1. So whichever are 1, those are not duplicate. So what we can do, guys? Simple, right? We can use the having clause, having count of star equal to 1, right? Which means I don't want other one, right? And then we will see how many are we are getting, right? We're getting 11 rows only, right? So 4 rows which are duplicated, not 4. In fact, yeah, 4 duplicated means 8 record, right? So because we have to total 19 records, right? Non 19 rows in this table. If I show you, I mean, okay, let me just run it. Okay, we have 19, right? And 4 records are duplicate means total 8 records are duplicate. Total those will go. So now we got 11 records, right? And this is how you can use it, right? This is how you can use it. And again, guys, if you don't want to display, okay, sorry, one second. If don't want to display the count, just remove it. Okay, no worries. It will work. So this is how we can find all the non-duplicate records. So these questions are very important. Once you know group by and having clause, I understand. You can, put the condition based on what you want. If somebody can ask you, okay, can you please show me all the employees which are, not duplicate, which are appearing 3 or 4 times, all the records which are duplicated more than 3 times. So you can simply use, greater than 2 or greater than or equal to 3, correct? So if you see this question, this query, right? If I say greater than 1 means all these 4 will come, right? Again, to say this, I have another way to say greater than or equal to 2, right? Which means it will consider 2 and more than 2 both, right? That is same as greater than 1, right? So this way also you can write. Got it? So this is how you can solve these 2 questions. Now, okay, 3 questions. All 3 questions we have solved now. Now, the fourth question is find all the department numbers whose minimum salary is less than 10,000. So how do we find? This is very similar to this, but here we have used the total salary, which is sum, right? But here we want to use what we want to use. We want to use the minimum or maximum, mean and max, average, sum, count. These are the 5 different aggregate functions, right? So now here we will use the min function, okay? On the department again. So what we can do is, let me write it, dpt number and then mean, okay, mean of salary. We want to find the minimum salary, right, for the department. And from employee, okay, group by uh, department number. So this is how we can find the minimum salary, okay guys. So for each of the department, this is the minimum salary, okay. We will see also later. And but the question is, we want to find out all the department numbers whose minimum salary is less than 10,000. Then again, guys, we have to use the aggregate function on the minimum salary, right? Because we want to filter out only only department which is having salary less than 10,000, right? Yes. Now see which all of them are coming. Okay, one second. Sorry, minimum salary. Okay, having minimum salary less than. Okay, I think I have used 2 times semicolon. That's why error. Okay. Now You see the salary also displaying here, right, guys? So these are the minimum salary for this particular. So for 100, let's see. Okay, let's try to see if that's really true or we are getting something problem. So I will just try to find out for one department maybe. Okay, for department number 100 maybe. Yeah, because 100 also showing 1000. For 100, what is the minimum salary? See, 1000 only. There is salary like 20,000, 15,000 and 30,000. Only minimum salary is this one. Okay, less than less than 10,000. That is the minimum salary in this particular department. Okay, and on top of that, what I have asked is we have to first find out the minimum salary in each of the department, and then find those departments, okay, which are having minimum salary less than 10,000. So we got these two department numbers, right? So this is also, once you understand the concept of group by and having clause, it is very easy for you to solve these questions, okay? If somebody is asking maximum salary, whose salary is maximum salary is more than or less than 10,000, then also you can solve these questions, okay, guys? So for example, I mean, you can just use here max, isn't it? You can use the max instead of min, right? So let's see how we can solve it. There is no rows, right? There is no department whose maximum salary is less than 10,000. Okay. If I say less than greater than 10,000, yes. So every department, every department is having salary, maximum salary more than 10,000. So all of them are coming actually here. There is no department whose maximum salary is less than this, okay? Less than 10,000. So this is how you can answer it. Then fifth question is find all the department number whose minimum salary is less than 10,000 except department number less than 10, except department number 103. So this is another question, okay? So we have to find out first whose minimum salary is less than 10,000, okay? Minimum salary is less than 10,000, and other condition they have said that we don't want to include 103. I mean, so 103 is coming here, but what we have to do is I have to actually use here the where clause because we want to negate this. We don't want to include this, right? So I have to say department number not equal to 103, okay? Which means we don't want to consider department number 103. Anything else, other department number, rest of them. So what will happen is it will actually filter out the department number 103's data first. See, let's try. See, they have already removed it because they did not accept. They have said accept 103, department number 103. We want other department. Okay, guys. So again, somebody is asking the department number, then you should not probably display the here the salary, minimum salary, maximum salary. You can just remove it, then you will get the right answer. Okay. So we because we just want the department number, no? So this is what you can get it. Okay. Now find all the duplicate numbers from the employee table. All right, guys. So this is also again, very tricky question. Okay. So we want in the first in in the number two, we wanted all the rows, I mean all the records basically, right? Duplicate records in the table. So what we did is we have actually compared or grouped, all the columns basically, right? All the fields. But in this case, we want to determine whether it is duplicate or not based on only on employee number, right? So in this case also, in this case we have, in this case also we have the same record, right? We'll find the same record, okay? Which are all of them are duplicate here, right? So maybe, yeah, you can do the practice, but for me, I will just try to show. Okay, so which all should come as part of this, which are duplicated employee number only. Okay, so let me write this question. Okay, EMP number and then count of, because we want to count. Okay, employee group by, because we want to only find based on employee number. Okay, group by. Okay, let's see. Sorry guys, group by. Yeah, I have to use group by here. So you see this one, this one, this one, this one. These are the duplicate. Okay. So how do I find out which are duplicate? Then I have to use the count, right? Again, Same concept, count of star is greater than 1. Then I got it already. Again, you want to remove this, you can remove it like here. Don't want the count, only want the employee number. So this is how you can get all the employee numbers which are duplicate. Again, there is a difference between having the number as a duplicate and having the entire record as a duplicate. Okay, only employee number when I say, which means, one second, let me run it. I'll show you. I think guys, we do not have enough time. Otherwise, I could have solve that question what I'm talking about. So for example, we have 14, okay, number 14 here also. So you see entire record, entire column, all the columns are the same only, okay. In this case only, if we want to find the entire rows, then we have to put all the columns in select and the group by, okay. Employee number, full name, everything, right? All the columns until the date of joining. Then only you will be able to determine whether the entire rows is duplicate or not, okay? But somebody is asking, can you find whether only employee number is duplicate? Then you have to take only employee number into group by and select clause, okay? Here the name can be different for 14 and for here for employee number 14 the name can be different. Manager number can be different, okay, everything. But important is that only the employee number is duplicate or not. Maybe we can solve this kind of questions later on, but I hope that you understood, right? Why we have used how this query is different than the second one, right? To find the entire record as a duplicate. So I think this is what I wanted to cover, guys, and maybe I just want to show you quickly. Probably let me see. Okay, I just want to update one. Okay, fine. I think we have to use it. One second, guys. Let me frame it and quickly I'll show you. Okay. All right, guys. So I have framed this query. So in this query, we would like to find out which are the duplicate records, which means entire column should be duplicated. Okay. So these are the five, four basically, right? Employee number, this, all of them, right? So which are showing as a duplicate. But in case if I want to find out whether only employee numbers are duplicate, I do not care about rest of the field. In that case, I have to use this, okay? EMP number, because you have to take only EMP number into consideration, okay? So let's say, how does it work? Okay, and the group by employee number, EMP number, okay, and having count of star greater than 1. Okay, the same query. Now, now we have found, once again, we have found this as well. Okay, we have found this as well. But one second, guys. One second. All right, guys. So, what I wanted to show you. Okay, so let me show you the table first. So, I want to find out. Okay, what I did is I inserted one more rows. Okay, one more row, one more basically employee number, which is 15. Okay, here. So for employee number 15, not 15, I think. One second, 20. Okay, so let me just select order by. Yeah, I can just order by based on EMP number, guys. Okay. So here you see that this is not duplicate across entire row. Okay. I mean entire row is not duplicate. Only employee number is duplicate. In this case, if we want to find out if only employee number is duplicate or not, in that case, this is the query how we can write it. Okay. So that's what I wanted to show you. So EMP number and count of star from employee group by EMP number having count of star greater than 1. Okay, so now you see that in the previous query we only get 25, 14, 15 and 12. Okay, now we are getting 20 also, but 20 is not across duplicate across the columns, right? It is only employee number is duplicate. So the question, this question, it is all about that. Find all the duplicate employee number from the employee table, right? So use, we have to use only that particular column, and in group by also that particular column only, if don't want to find out the duplicate across that, right? Now we want to only find the duplicate, means department number. So count, I'm going to remove it. So they are the employee numbers which are duplicate. Okay. So I think this is uh, all I wanted to cover in this session. I think these are very important, and if you understand these many questions and variations around it, I think you can answer any kind of question in group by and having clause. That's my promise to you. Okay. So guys, please try to understand this and prepare well for your interview. And until then, happy learning. I'll come up with the next video soon. All right. Bye then. And one more thing, guys, please subscribe and like, comment, share this channel, share with your friends also, so that they can also get benefited, right? And I'm signing off now, and we'll see you with the next video. Until then, happy learning. Bye.